Hello everyone. I sometimes hear this view. What really matters is to have an idea or concept. Don't worry about the grammar of the sentence which articulates that idea or concept. I kind of understand the motivation that shapes this distinction. After all, some 4-year-old children can speak good English and possibly they have some concepts too, but they are not able to delineate the syntactical structure of a sentence in English. But for us, who are not 4-year-old children anymore, I do not understand how the distinction would actually work. And that is, I do not understand how it is possible to distinguish between an idea and grammar. As I see it, if there is no grammar, there is no idea. This does not mean that I am a worshipper of grammar. Of course, there is more to the idea than its grammatical scaffolding, but grammar is the very lifeblood, the very life breath of the idea. Now I can talk on and on about this motive from the perspectives of philosophy of language and philosophy of mind. Today, however, I'm going to give you a concrete example of how and why, given my musical training, I do not, in fact I cannot, distinguish between form and matter. That is, between a concept and the grammatical structure of its expression in English. Suppose I have to learn the following 4 lines of a Tagore song, which I will translate for you. My Lord, my beloved, you are my truest wealth. You are my eternal companion on the pathway of life. You are the truth of my life. You are my contentment, in you lies my disquiet. You are my liberation, in you lies my bondage. You are the summit of all my joys and sorrows. You are my life and death. The first step is to listen attentively to this song on a YouTube video for 3 hours, 3 days, 3 weeks, and sometimes 3 months. প্রভু আমার প্রিয় আমার পরম ধন হে চিরপথের সঙ্গী আমার চিরজীবন হে তৃপ্তি আমার তৃপ্তি মোর মুক্তি আমার বন্ধন দূর দুঃখ সুখের চরম আমার জীবন মরণ হে. So far, so good. But how do I know that I have got the melody right, that I have the right idea or concept? Perhaps I have missed one major inflection of the melody. In my view, music is the embroidery of the human voice. That is a kind of needlework you can do with individual multicolored threads. Well, I will put it to the test. This is where I'm going to struggle. I have not played this melody on a synthesizer or a harmonium for many, many years, so please bear with me. What is the third step? This time I will sing with the tabla in the backdrop. So I check the details of the song on a website and I see that the tal or the beat is what is called ek tal. Dhin dhin dhage tirikita tunna katta dhage tirikita dhinna dhin dhin dhage tirikita tunna katta dhage tirikita dhinna dhin. I have to return to dhin. I just cannot lose the beat by even 1 second. What is the fourth step? To internalize into my sonic spaces the notes on the synthesizer and the beats of the tabla so that I can sing the song as one unfragmented, unified whole. From a conceptual point of view, this song is so rich that I can give you a 50-minute lecture on its words and phrases. So let's call this the matter of the song. But if I have to sing the song, the matter is not sufficient. I have to interweave the melody and the beat, that is the form, with the theological content or matter in a seamless whole. When I sing a Tagore song, am I producing musical notes or am I giving a lecture on religious Hinduism? The answer is I am doing both. And that is just how I try to write every sentence in English that I do. Grammar is the fundamental cement that holds together the multiple bricks in the house you live in. But your life is not bound to the cement. You put beautiful ideas in the form of different objects to make that brick structure habitable, that is, to transform a house into a home. If I ask you which is more important, the cement in the room or the painting on the wall, hopefully you would reply in good philosophical fashion with another question. Do I have to choose? And I would say that's a good answer. You don't have to choose. One final remark, many of the mystical traditions I study, mainly Hindu and Christian, and sometimes Islamic, suggest that there is a type of spiritual experience in which the form-matter distinction or grammar-idea distinction is dissolved or suspended. That is whether you go with the strong reading or the weaker reading. Now, this type of experience is not alien to me, which is partly why I study these traditions in the first place. But you should be able to express that very view, namely, this distinction is dissolved or suspended, in a sentence where the distinction is retained. That is, you should be able to point towards an experience that goes beyond the grammar precisely by using a sentence that maintains grammar. And that is a paradox which I have contemplated for countless hours, days, weeks, months, and years.